as we continue to explore the story of the Quran. We turn to history which was written 200 years after Muhammad's death, which is Sahih Bukhari, volume 6, book 61, Hadith 510. In this Hadith, we see the people of Shem and Iraq were waging war to conquer Armenia and Adharbijan. During this time, the people of Shem and Iraq differed about the recitation of the Quran. So Hadhaifa Bin Al-Yaman goes to Uthman and says, "O chief of believers, save this nation before they differ about the Quran as Jews and Christians did." So Uthman sent a message to Hafsa saying, "Send us the manuscripts of the Quran so that we may compile the Quranic materials in perfect copies and return the manuscripts to you." Hafsa sent the manuscript to Uthman. Uthman then ordered 4 Quraysh men to compile the Quranic materials in perfect copies. The chief compiler was Zayd bin Thabit. Uthman gave further instructions to other 3 Quraysh men saying, "If you disagree with anything with Zayd bin Thabit, write it in Quraysh dialect, because the Quran was revealed in the Quraysh dialect." They did as Uthman instructed, and they wrote many copies, and Uthman returned the original manuscript to Hafsa and sent to every province 1 copy which they had copied, and ordered that all other Quranic materials, whether fragmentary scripts or whole copies, be burnt. During this time, Zayd bin Thabit added that he missed a verse of the Quran, and he searched for it and found it with Kuzaima. This verse is Quran 33:23. As we analyze this, we should note that there was a possibility of Muslims differing about the Quran as Jews and Christians did. Hence we should ask, how can Muslims who have this eternal Quran have a problem of differing about the Quran, and that like Jews and Christians? What do the present Dawa preachers say about the Bible? They say that the Bible has thousands of variants and no Christian agrees about these variants. If this is true, then the Muslim called Hadhaifa, who advised Uthman, saw that the Muslims may differ about the Quran in the same way as Jews and Christians did. Meaning, as the Dawa preachers say, there were thousands of variants in the Quran, which would cause the Muslims to differ like the Jews and Christians. However, if it is only variation in recitation, we should ask, why was there a possibility of differing like the Jews and Christians? Do Jews and Christians differ because of the differences in recitation? Further, we should note, upon receiving the copy from Hafsa, Uthman says, "Compile the Quranic materials in perfect copies." From this, we learn that the purpose of asking Hafsa for a copy of the Quran was to compile the Quranic materials in perfect copies. Hence, we should ask, what about the previous compilation by Abu Bakr? Was it not a perfect copy? Why another copy has to be made? As we read further, Uthman said to the 3 Quraysh men, "In case you disagree with Zayd bin Thabit on any point in the Quran, then rewrite it in the dialect of the Quraysh, as Quran was revealed in their tongue." They did so, and when they had written many copies, Uthman returned the original manuscript to Hafsa. The question we should ask would be, if Quran was revealed in the dialect of the Quraysh, who created these dialects, because of which they differed? Was it men, as stated in Quran Surah 2, Ayah 79? "Woe be unto those who write the scriptures with their own hands and then say, this is from Allah." We should also ask, was Uthman right in saying Quran was revealed in the dialect of the Quraysh? The answer is a big no. Their prophet in Sahih Bukhari, volume 3, book 41, Hadith 601 says, the Quran has been revealed in 7 different ways. And in Sahih Bukhari, volume 1, book 84, Hadith 69, their prophet says, this Quran has been revealed to be recited in 7 different ways. So who is speaking the truth? Uthman, who says Quran was revealed in Quraysh dialect, or their prophet who says Quran has been revealed to be recited in 7 different ways? How can the present Muslims trust the compilation of Uthman if he contradicts their prophet Muhammad? In writing the Quran in one dialect of Quraysh, how can Uthman do what Muhammad did not do? After this, Uthman sent to every Muslim province 1 copy of what he had copied, and ordered that all other Quranic materials, whether fragmentary, manuscripts or whole copies, be burnt. Their prophet Muhammad, who knew about the differences, did not order Quran to be burnt. Then how can Uthman burn it? In fact, in Sahih Bukhari, volume 3, book 41, Hadith 601, Muhammad verified personally by asking 2 men who differed to recite, and after they recited, he did not find fault with them when they differed, but said it is revealed in 7 different ways, and allowed each one to recite in his own way. If this is the same kind of difference, then how can Uthman destroy what Muhammad allowed? Is Uthman greater than their Prophet Muhammad? If Uthman destroyed by burning what their Prophet allowed, how can the present day Muslims say they have the Quran as given by their Prophet Muhammad? Finally, we see Zaid bin Thabit, who was responsible to compile this Quran, says during this compilation he missed out a verse which he had to search and find it, and he found it with Kuzaima. We see he does not say it was there in Hafsa's Quran, but says he had to search for it. This means for 19 years, Hafsa's Quran did not have this verse. Sahih Bukhari Volume 4, Book 52, Hadith 61, Sahih Bukhari Volume 4, Book 52, Hadith 62, and Sahih Bukhari Volume 5, Book 59, Hadith 379 confirms to us that Hafsa's Quran did not have this verse of Quran 33:23. This being the case, how can Hafsa's Quran be a complete Quran as stated in Sahih Bukhari Volume 6, Book 61, Hadith 509? Which means for 19 years after Muhammad's death, this verse was not there in the first so-called compiled Quran. This being the case, how can today's Muslims say they have the Quran intact from the time of Muhammad? Thanks for watching. If you are encouraged in your faith, click the like button and tell us in the comment section what you like. Bless others by sharing and don't forget to subscribe.